The Radio Forest Podcast.
Yeah, doing great. Looking forward to the 50 years. Yeah, wow. Who would have thunk?
Yeah, most people, work around 42 years at a normal job. So you guys are going just a little bit beyond that. Isn't it kind of weird being in a band? People don't expect you to be like, hey, I'm done working. I'm going to take some time to myself. The fans are like, no, keep going. Do you feel that pressure at all?
Pressure to keep going? No, there's the will to keep going. You got to remember, this is not a normal job where you spend 30, 40 years at something you absolutely hate and can't wait to retire. The last thing in the world I want to do is retire. This is a lot of fun. It's not really work if you love it. The travel can be tough at times, but you make peace with that. And the rest is just fun. Being with the guys, being with the crew, getting to see old friends everywhere you go. I don't really know who wouldn't want to do that.
Journey is also celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, too. Have you guys crossed paths a couple of times?
Not as often as you would think, but we have on occasion.
They've got some fighting going on right now, too. And it's kind of funny, like the tour kicked off, there's no issues, but behind the scenes, we know there's some stuff going on. How has the 50 years in Kansas been? You've had members come and go and some return a little bit. Has there been a lot of fighting in the band? It seems like overall, not that much.
Not really. It's just been, this isn't for everybody. I will say that, some people want to, move on and do something else, or they're just tired of it becomes hard to do. I'm glad that I never felt that way. I never thought that the grass was greener on the other side of the fence. I will say, though, in speaking with ex-members or members of other bands that have retired, I can see the look in their eye of like, did I do this too soon? I don't want that look on my face ever. I don't want to ever question, did I leave too soon? I guess I'm stubborn and tenacity. But again, this isn't an effort. This isn't a sacrifice. This is the greatest job in the world. So I just don't understand why anybody would want to quit it.
Would you say then that you and Phil Ehart get along really well? Because it's you two guys through the whole thing. You've been on every Kansas release. That has to be a pretty deep relationship. I mean, probably longer than your wife, right? If you've known him since, the actual state of Kansas days.
Longer than all our wives put together, I would say. The first band I was in was junior year in high school with Phil in 1967. So that's how far back we go. If we had something to fight about and some big difference of opinion, it would have happened by now. We talk pretty much daily about, okay, what about this? What about that? Let's try this, or what are you doing? How's things going? We're in constant communication. Our goal is to keep this going. He wants this to continue as badly as I do.
Now, is it true that Sammy Hagar threw his hat in the ring one time to maybe come play with you guys and join as a singer?
Yes. When Steve left and we already had time booked and a producer booked, we had the material. We were recording it, but we didn't have a vocalist. And we were doing auditions in Atlanta, and we were also doing them in California. And Sammy Hagar was one of the guys that auditioned. There was a band called the Sanford Townsend Band. He auditioned. A guy that was briefly with Journey that wrote Wheel in the Sky. He auditioned. There was dozens of people that auditioned. The singer who's now with Grand Funk, Max Luther, we knew him as Max Gronenthal, that was from the Midwest, played in a lot of soul bands. We were familiar with him. I used to go see him play with Jack Mack and the Heart Attack while we were recording. He auditioned. I mean, there's a lot of people did audition. And then we got a tape from John Belafonte, and what we were really looking for at that time, we needed someone that we thought was very important that sounded close to Steve, that we could continue doing new material and the old material and still represent it. John fit the bill perfectly.
The last time you guys were coming through here, you had to cancel a show. I believe somebody in the band or the crew had gotten COVID. But my question is, we had another band come through here before, classic rock band. I won't mention them because I'm not trying to talk trash. I think the band went to one state and the equipment came to another because they canceled the show right as gates were getting ready to open. And we saw the equipment but didn't see the band. Did you ever have anything like that happen to Kansas?
Oh, yeah. We were playing somewhere in the South, And one direction was Greensville, the other direction was Greensboro. Our car went to the wrong Greentown. And we got there, and that's when we found out we had to reverse. And those old Ford LTDs could move. We made it to the show, but it was we got there just in time to jump up on stage and play it. We have had times, touring in the winter is not a good idea, especially up north. We had twice trying to play Rochester or Buffalo. And one time our equipment made it, and the crew was actually getting out of and pushing the truck in some of the spots from the snow, but we couldn't land. So we didn't make it. The other time we landed and the equipment couldn't get there. It happens.
It's guitarist Richard Williams from Kansas celebrating their 50th anniversary. They've got the tour coming through Boise. That's going to be at the Morrison Center September 12th. Richard, congratulations, 50 years, and we'll see you in September.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thank you for your time.